Kill the beat. Pittsburgh, nigga. Pittsburgh, nigga. Pittsburgh, nigga. Pittsburgh, nigga. Reporting live from the city of steel, where it's realer than real. Stay in your lane, dog, this killer be killed. And we can tell you how dead broke feel. We done struggled for real, and the shorties ain't got no chill. Young bucks running wild because the old heads tired. Shooting after shooting, got the hood on fire. North side hot, but the east side blazing. Pittsburgh real, this the city I was raised in. I wanna make it out, but I'm feeling like I'm caged in. My uncle like 50, still trapping out the days in. Trips out of town make me love my city more, but we don't love each other, dawg, we rather go to war. I was down bad poor when they put me on this tour. I'ma tell you from the door, I'm too hard to ignore. Heart pure, I'ma blow like TNT. We could bring it to the table, shout out TMZ.
Hi guys, welcome back to the table. We here at our new location.
As you can see, straight out of Insomnia, Brookline Boulevard, we're going to show y'all the new exclusive club in the city where all of the hottest talent is coming to. They're performing. They just had a freestyle battle here. And as you can hear in the music, we got Pittsburgh music playing in the background. We got new addition to the family, Tuffy Beats. He's over there. He's doing his thing. He's going to be on the 1 and 2s each and every episode. And today's episode, he is our 5 minutes of fame. So if you send your music to him, you're going to get it heard. So make sure y'all get to the email. It's going to flash across the screen where you can have your music sent to. So let's
go DJ. That's our DJ. Hey.
DJ in Pittsburgh.
Yeah. Shout out Tough Beats. So if you a DJ in Pittsburgh, whatever you're doing musically, get it to the email. It's right there at the bottom of your screen. So right now we're gonna get into episode 6. Let's go.
So what's up? I got a topic to talk about. They got.
First of all, hold on. Before we get into the topic, how you been? Can we do that and then we go into your topic? Because I know they ain't seen us for a while. How you been?
I've been good. I deal a lot with mental health, so I'm back and forth, at the end of the day.
And how is that?
Well, a lot of people see me as a public figure or us as a public figure, mm-hmm. and they don't realize that at the end of the day, we are human beings, mm-hmm. and we go through a lot too. So, be kind to people because you don't know what they're really going through.
At the end of the day.
And I want to take a minute, send a shout out to Phil. As y'all see, Phil's not here today. He'll be back next episode. Yeah. But, I wanted to make sure y'all understood that and give a shout out to my brother. You know what I'm saying? But how you been?
Nah, living life.
Just living in life, huh?
Just living life. I'm gonna just leave it at that.
And as y'all already know, I'm always around, so I've been great. So now I'm gonna turn it over to Miss Desire. What's up? What you said? You got a topic for us?
Yeah, I got a topic. That Apple came out with the AirTags.
Okay.
Which is supposed to be a good thing. If you lose your phone or or lose anything, mm-hmm. that's really what they're trying to help people with.
So hold on before you go further. What is an AirTag? Because I'm a little.
Okay, so an AirTag is kind of like a keychain or a device. It's probably about this big.
Okay.
Probably like $50.
Okay.
And it's a tracker.
Another tracker device for your phone, basically.
So
you can put it anywhere.
So you could put it like in a bag. You can put it in your car. You could put it, like she said, anywhere.
So your woman could put it in your pocket and you wouldn't know it.
Mm-hmm. Okay, but. Yes. But the problems that are happening right now are people are putting them on women's vehicles. Mm-hmm.
Gotcha.
They're not being used what they were designed
correct.
for.
Exactly what I just said. But your woman put it in your pocket.
Yeah, but the other way around is being happening.
But it's not a boyfriend doing it. It's these predators.
Got you. Serious note.
Because the sex trafficking thing and the kidnapping thing is very big in the United States right mm-hmm. now.
Okay.
And that's really what they're using it for. So I've seen across social media a lot of women, telling other women, be aware of your surroundings, because if you're aware of your surroundings, you could know if somebody's following mm-hmm. you or not. Mm-hmm. But I also seen parents using it for their children.
Okay.
I seen one lady.
That's what it was intent for. People who need their kids to go to school, not to cut you off, I'm sorry,
no,
but people
fine.
who use their kids to go to school and they're saying whenever their kid arrives back home. So
right.
It was
like the latchkey, the latchkey situation when we was growing up. Gotcha.
Just like that, or a phone for basics. So they took something and made it into something that's totally not. So it's right. You got to blame it on society forsake. Because
So how do you get it? Like, how does
I feel like
just like Apple.
Does it
you
come with
just
a phone?
No, you just go buy it, and I think
Like
that's the
AirPods,
problem
it's
too.
an Apple product.
I think that Apple should put restrictions on it. I think that you should have to register it to someone's name.
Definitely,
Gotcha.
You can't you shouldn't be able to just go and buy them, and anybody could have them, because these are the dangers that are happening with women and children.
Yeah.
And sometimes
Definitely.
men, men
Definitely.
can be kidnapped too, or be a prey of.
Yeah.
But I did see something that I did like on TikTok. A mother.
You in this TikTok?
I love TikTok. Listen, I was so against TikTok because all the kids was on that. I was like, man, it's a kid site. It's a kid site. But I be on TikTok. Put me on to so much shit. But anyway,
Me too. I joined now too.
Life hacks.
listen, literally, like so this mom took the tongue of her child's shoe and cut it out and put the air tag in there and sewed it up.
Okay.
Wow.
So no matter what, you ain't gonna know it's in there. So I thought that was smart, because one, the child doesn't know it's in there.
Exactly.
So they can't,
Take it
kick it off.
But what if you don't wear them shoes that day?
Well, yeah, I mean, I'm sure, maybe
She gonna have to unsew it and put it in another
most
one.
kids, I mean, I know me growing up, like
Had a certain pair of shoes.
I was only allowed to get 2 pairs of shoes a year up until I was in high school.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
But we different now, different day, because I got my son, he's 17. He got all types
that's
of
what I'm
Jordans.
saying,
So
17, but I'm talking about like
your 6-year-old,
like I'm talking
7-year-old.
middle school,
Gotcha.
Elementary
Gotcha.
school kids.
But then my thing, like you said, it should be registered. I agree with you, because people, in this world, this is even why they're saying they don't want to give the PUA back out, because people did fraudulent things. So one bad apple, and then with that instance, a bunch of bad apples ruins good situations.
Right.
So it should be anything coming out now using technology that where you can track a human being or doing stuff like that, you should have to register. And I agree with you on that, because it's just being used to the extreme.
Because even if you find your phone, they have like Find My Phone where you can lock it, you can shut it off.
Yep.
Because it's registered to you, and if somebody tries to pair it, they're gonna find that this phone is registered to you. So I feel like with the AirTag thing, if I'm driving and I know there's one on my vehicle, if the police get it, they can run that serial number and see who did it or who's associated with it, to really see who's doing these things or who's associated with doing these things, because of course somebody's probably buying it, giving it to somebody else.
Exactly.
Whatever.
Exactly.
But
and there's so many
it's
just
just
me.
sad because it's supposed to be for safety,
And
it's not.
you could think of so many different ways to use that. You know what I mean? And I just know, just me with my creative mind, from what you said, that I was thinking, that's why as you explained it.
My bitch trying to set me up. She trying to see where I was at all night long.
Nah, it's not even just that.
How long I was there.
But just people like that.
I
Men
heard you was
and
at
women.
the gym.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Exactly.
LA Fitness is not on Mulberry Street.
I went to the other LA Fitness. You know what I'm saying?
No, ain't no
fellas, y'all know how they be.
LA.
Why you going to the other LA
ain't
Fitness
there.
now? You know what I mean?
LA ain't there.
But I thought it was that airdrop when you first had said it.
But
like you send a text message airdrop through
that
the phone.
is really creepy overall. Like, I don't understand why people won't respect people's privacy like that. Like, what if...
Did y'all
I'm
see
going
the mass
somewhere,
thing
I
and
don't
tracking
want you to go.
devices like that on the social media?
why
It comes
would
up and down your thing on Facebook. Not to cut you off, my fault.
No,
But when you
okay.
said that, because they're selling tracking devices. Just like that, they're selling tracking devices. Comes up your timeline. $3.99, $1.99 for tracking
Well, you
devices.
must be looking up certain stuff, because that's how it be. It be coming up on your timeline stuff that you've been looking
Did I
up.
just
or
tell
stuff
on
like that.
myself?
Yes, because that ain't on the... That ain't on
buying the
That
bootleg
never came up on right.
Now it's
That
like,
never came up
I
on my
forgot
timeline. I never
I just told on myself.
a tracker or something. They trying to tell you something.
Yeah. But you could say anything and Google
Yeah.
will come through. So we're
Yeah.
talking
Watch,
about
we're
this.
all
We're all of
listening
us going to be
on social
tracking
media later.
devices.
Everybody going to
Yeah.
be like, would you like a tracking device?
Yeah.
Like, no. You know
Yeah.
what? Let me make sure.
I hate when my phone, because Siri will come on, I cannot understand you.
Yes.
Like, bitch, I didn't ask you to
But my
understand.
computer does that all the time. My Mac or whatever
Yeah.
the fuck it's called. I'm always.
Like, why are you listening to me? I never even
Said Siri.
alerted you.
Yeah.
Like,
Cyrus,
nothing.
listen, Cyrus.
Nothing.
But yeah, so let's go on. I know you got a top. Did you have any more that you wanted to put before we go on to the next one?
No,
I have something-
I just think that it really needs to be brought to the attention that it, when people come out with, like you said, any type of technology, they should really evaluate how
to use
how the bad people would think.
Yeah.
You know how they say, like, oh, I only think the bad of the situation? I think that sometimes these tech companies need to think the worst of the worst.
All they think of is the
I'm
money.
pretty
And
sure-
All
the
they think of is the best of the
do.
best and the money
Yeah.
instead
That's
of the safety, because we wouldn't have these issues.
That's it.
But like I was going to add on into the fact that something that was given to us that's not used the proper way. Like there's kids bringing guns to school, and these are elementary school kids, not even just elementary school kids. There's kindergarten kids. Like, how are these kids actually being able to get held or even in possession of these weapons and getting out the house with, one, not their parents seeing, two, getting it through security guards and metal detectors and so forth? Like, I just feel like that's so crazy. Like, there was a kid who just brought a gun to school at Carrick, like, and there was a shooting too. Like, there's just too much going on in our city loosely with these weapons for them to be used for our protection. Like, there's no way.
I think that that's the problem, though. These parents aren't educating their children that they are for protection. I mean, if you're a gun owner, me personally, I'm a gun owner. I have a
License to carry.
Yeah, license to carry. I say permit to carry. But I try to educate any child that I am around that this is not a toy. This is to protect us if we feel that our lives are in danger, and that is only when it's to be used.
And that's something my mom.
But let me say this though.
Understand that.
I'm not, and everything you said was right, except you don't have a license to carry. You have a license to put your shirt over. That's why it's called a concealed weapons permit. You don't need a license to carry. Yeah. That's why I said all you need is to put your shirt over. So that's why when we educating people, that's what that means. And I tell a lot of people, because I got a license to carry a gun. No, it's not the gun. It's to put your shirt over. That's why it's called a concealed weapons permit. Us as urban people, I don't want to say blacks, we put tags and slangs on things where it's a gun permit. No, it's not. It's a license to conceal. You do not have a license to kill. But back to the topic, I think because even me growing up, I was mischievous. I was looking in, and I can remember a story where my mom had a 38 off-duty special. It was for protection of the house. So me being young and being around friends and stuff, talking about guns, especially being a young male, you know, it's enticing and seeing it on TV and different things. So I knew where the gun was. So, you know, my mom worked the 8 to 4:30 shift.
You knew what it was, but you didn't know what.
I knew what it was. I mean, let's be honest. We know what a gun is. We know, you know what I mean? At 12, 11, 13, you know what a gun is.
But I feel like kids, we don't really, even when we know stuff, we don't properly know
Did
stuff.
your mother, this is my whole thing, did your mother sit you down and say,
she probably never
Trey,
did, because
this is the gun for the house. This is how it's used. If you shoot at someone, you know, when your grandma passed away, this is what happened. Someone passes away,
no,
they
she
never
didn't
come
do that,
back.
and that could have been a
that's
problem.
Why I'm
and
saying, I think that if you are an adult and you have children in your home, whether they're your children, whether they're visiting, whatever, you need to have that conversation so they know this is not a game.
But now let me say this though. I think it was to the percentage of, you're a child, stay the hell out of my room.
Yeah, but
and it's not. But kids get in the room, and the
kids,
door was locked.
That's what leads to children shooting other children, because they become curious.
Because I took it out the house.
Child is curious.
I took it out the house, and I was playing with it with my neighbor that I grew up with across the street. Nothing went wrong. We didn't even shoot it, showing it. Thank God. We were younger, you know what I mean. And I put it back. But long story short, he told somebody. So Mom Dukes found out. I got that ass whooped.
Speaking of telling, sorry, but that is the reason why these kids are, while these adults are getting notified that the weapons are in the school. It's not because they're finding them on their own. It's other kids that
feel safe,
that knows that the weapon is used for protection, and it's going to go tell an adult. Like a kid told a bus driver. That's how they found the gun. The kid went the whole day without nobody knowing the gun was there.
Well, the point of that is, kids, sometimes it is okay to snitch when you feel that you are not.
Nah, but listen, that's crazy.
Real shit though.
No, listen.
Because you know how, because I know I've been telling my old cousins like stitches get stitches.
No, but listen, that's not snitching. That's not snitching. That's the conversation. It's crazy you brought that up, because we just had this topic on Clubhouse. We were talking about that. Is certain things to a certain society we have made snitching. Snitching, that's not snitching. That's safety.
That's what I
That's
said.
my little sisters down the hall, and this dummy could
separate.
start shooting in the school.
Yes.
So I need to make so that's what we're shunned our kids, and that's a problem with us as adults. We're telling our kids, stop snitching, stop doing this. But that is not snitching. You weren't in the street life. You weren't selling drugs. You didn't decide, okay, well, let's go do this crime. We all got caught, so I'm telling you. That's snitching. No, about keeping my sister down the hall safety or keeping my safety because I don't know what this fool is getting ready to do in this school with this gun. Yeah, I need to tell a guidance counselor, somebody I feel comfortable with.
And
you know what I mean?
The kids did.
And there's nothing wrong with it. You know, but these young kids today, they'll pick on them. Oh, you're a fucking rat. You're a snitch. No, he might have saved your dumb ass life because you don't know what it was going through. Mental health is real, like we said at the beginning of the show. What age?
And I think that that's another thing too. You know, a lot of people say that these kids are, you know, doing that because they're being bullied or they don't feel safe in school. Have an open relationship with your child. You know, I don't have kids, but I do have a lot of children around me, and I try to be open with them and real with them and tell them, like, you know, just because, you know, back to sticks and stones may break your bones, but words will never hurt you. You know what I mean? Like, put your child in therapy. Let them talk to a therapist. If you can't talk to them and you can't get their mental health right, put them in therapy. There's nothing wrong with therapy.
But you'll go and talk to your girl about something that's going on, but you won't go sit down and talk to a real person that doesn't know you, that won't judge you. And remember, we were talking about that in the beginning of the show.
What I said, like, that's the best thing about therapy. You get an outside opinion from somebody that does not know you at all and is professionally educated in mental health.
Exactly.
Because everybody has issues.
Definitely.
Exactly. I mean, back to on top of the topic, you know, that got a lot to do with that whole scenario of kids bringing, because some of these kids are feeling bullied. Some of these kids are feeling like they want to be the tough guy, the rapper video. That's why I want to send a shout out to my man, goddamn, he just came home. Bobby Smurder. He said, I don't want to see no more guns in videos this year. You know what I mean? That's whack. And I agree with him. Let's see fun and stuff like that. Because we're showing these babies guns. I hate going over to my friend's house or my cousin's house, family, you know what I mean? And you see a little kid run up on you with a gun. Don't point a gun at me. That's not cute.
I don't even think it's cute to even give kids guns as toys because they are not toys.
Exactly. And that's what a lot of the community, that's the first thing you do as young mothers. You go out buy these Nerf guns. You go buy your kid a gun. So coming up as a child, I love the gun.
But my thing is, how are they getting it past these parents, and how are you getting it out the house, and how are you getting it through security?
Some parents are at work. And if you got to, and that's what I was saying about my story with my mom. She's at work from 8. She leaves the house at 6:30, quarter to 7. I'm up getting ready for school. The room's available. I get the gun out the room. She's at work. It's not her. Is it her fault because I broke the lock and went there and got the gun? But they will charge you like it's your fault because you let your child. But I'm at work.
You should have educated your child well enough because
you wasn't supposed to know it was in the room.
Well, I'll tell you, my dad's a police officer and had multiple guns in the house, and I'll never forget it. I was like 3 years old. And I was in the room, and my mom calls my name, and I turned around, I had the gun in my hand. And I'm just, because at that point I was scared. I'm like, I know I'm not supposed to touch this. My mom's standing there, and my mom is just screaming at me, like, put the gun down, put the gun down, put the gun down. And I knew that if I wasn't going to shoot it, but if I put that fucking gun down, I was going to get my ass whooped. And I put that gun down, and sure enough, my dad whooped my ass.
And I mean, I got mine too.
I never touched a gun again. And like I said, I was like 3-4 years old, and I got a speech. Your father is a law enforcement agent. This is to protect him. You could have hurt me. And that's why I say, like, it has to start at a young age because kids' minds start developing at 3-4 years old. So there's no excuse as a parent. If you know that you're responsible enough to carry a gun and you're responsible enough to have it in your home, you need to have that conversation with your child.
Exactly. And I mean, and like I said, I got the conversation. You know when I got the conversation? Well, I was getting my ass whooped. Every swing. So, and I mean, and I think that's the problem because, and I speak for myself being a parent. You know, I got 5 kids. You know what I mean? If there's something in my room that they don't know about, and I don't know they know about it, I'm not going to talk to them about it. And I'm going to say that as far as, like, I have a medical marijuana card now. So with my weed, I don't tell them, okay, I got weed in my room in this drawer. Don't go and, you know what I mean? It's none of your business what's in my room as a parent. So you're not to go in my room. I don't allow children in my room.
That makes kids want to go even more. That makes kids want to test the waters even more because you're not.
But as a parent, why are you not locking it up? Why are you not putting it somewhere that it's not accessible?
Exactly. Especially when you're not there.
You know
and that's the problem. You can't leave it under your pillow and go, this is not a movie.
But the schools are just as at fault.
Exactly.
I mean, I personally never took a gun to school, but we used to sneak our cell phones in all day.
Yeah,
we took guns every day.
And
that's what I'm saying. The perception of them putting the metal detectors or cell phones or any weapons that they said to,
but they're not really checking them.
Well, even listen, I'll give them the benefit of the doubt and say they are. I know because I went to Westinghouse. We would have somebody like Darnika or you go open the side door once we all walk through.
That too, but there should be security guards.
No, it should be locked. But they said fire hazard.
You was in school 100 years ago. It is 2022. It's like, no. But honestly, though, these schools should have camera systems. They should have, the school I went to Woodland Hills. We had so many kids. We all couldn't go through the metal detectors, or we would never get through.
See, when I went to Woodland Hills, I went to Woody. I went to the West. I went to the junior high.
So
we did go. They made us take our shoes off. They made us do the whole night.
No, they didn't make us do that.
Oh no, Westinghouse. Everybody come
night,
through the front door through the metal detector.
Yes,
no, there were so many kids at the high school. You would be like, man, I wonder if I'm going through the metal detectors today. So you would put your phone behind your belt.
Oh, okay, I got you.
And
you didn't know which way, okay.
You would go. If not, you was going through the metal detectors. And 9 times out of 10, you'd be like, oh, it's my belt. And they wouldn't check you.
Oh, no.
They didn't care.
See, Westinghouse, everybody coming through the building through the front door. Now, like I said, we got little Shorty to open the side door.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? She's coming through with the book bag. Westinghouse is in home, right in Lodge in the middle.
Right.
So, and we came out to where, when I was in school, I graduated 22 years ago. But,
100 years ago.
but when you came outside, you couldn't come out the front door because it was either a shootout. It was either a gang fight. It was either somebody from another neighborhood coming out. So you had to use the side doors. And they were starting to develop more security. But remember Lean on Me? When Joe Clark locked the doors, that's a fire hazard to keep those doors locked. So that's where you start to run into all these problems. I get where you're coming from with the gun and the way bringing it to school. And it revolves on, it takes a community to raise a child. So when things like that, it's the parents' fault. It's the school's fault. You know what I mean? Because if you don't know,
I think it is the child. At the end of the day, I do not think it's the child's fault if they're not properly educated.
Exactly.
Right.
So a 13-year-old,
No,
I mean, but let's keep it real. We're not going to let the kid get away. A 12, 13-year-old, these grown-ass motherfucking kids.
It don't matter. A kindergarten bought a gun.
Yeah, that's the difference.
You still can get your ass whooped because you know right from wrong. You know you went to school with the intention on showing this gun off or whatever, shooting or whatever, on the intent of you was feeling or on your feelings. So you are aware of that feeling, like you are aware of that.
Exactly.
And as a parent, you should be aware of what
that too. But I'm still beating my child.
But let's stop. Now let's go with society tells. We're not allowed to beat our child's ass. Let's keep it honest. That's what society tells us.
And that's why we have mass shootings.
Exactly.
Because I believe you should whoop your child's ass. And I believe that you should fight somebody instead of bringing a fucking gun.
Or talk it out. You don't got to fight. You can talk it out too. Words go a long way.
But ain't nothing ever been wrong with a schoolyard scrap.
But I'd rather whoop your ass and be like, I whooped that bitch's ass.
And then we go fight.
But instead of killing you,
that was the difference. That was the difference. You get your ass whooped by 7th period, everybody forgot about it. It's the after school fight. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, kids do have it a little worse now because
social media. That's the biggest difference.
And everything stays on there, and it is detrimental to them. So I do feel for these, younger
new generation. Yeah.
But again, at what point should you let your child get on social media?
Definitely.
Exactly.
Facebook, what was it like? It was an age limit on Facebook when I first started. I
think there was when I think it was like 13.
But they can lie.
Yeah, I think it was like 14. It still is. But I lied too. Because I know I was young. I made my Facebook, I was like 12.
Facebook didn't come out until I was 17.
See, I went through with my daughters.
We had
12, 13. That's literally back from literally jumped from MySpace and I snuck and made my Facebook. Literally.
What did you have? Black Planet?
No, get the fuck out of here. What the fuck? She gonna say
See, I'm
MySpace.
MySpace is the youngest I could go. Other than that,
I'm trying to think what was before that AOL, but you had like a profile.
Yeah, true. All right, y'all. Want to give a shout out to all y'all that's been subscribing, commenting, liking, sharing. Hey, we really appreciate this. We really are thankful, and it's going to get nothing but bigger and better. As y'all see, we on the stage now at the table. We showing y'all we are here to stay. We're professional as we can be, and we're real as we can be.
And we want to see y'all comments. Like, we want to see how y'all feel about
engage
these topics.
more with us.
So
if y'all got
hit
topics,
that alert button so you can get the reminders when the new shows are coming out.
Definitely.
And be on topic with us because even though there's 3 of us, maybe sometimes 5 of us, everybody thinks differently, and that's what makes us unique.
Yep, and we wanted to fit y'all, whether you like negative, whether positive, whatever. We want to see the comments. We want to hear y'all feedback. We want to see where we have grown and where we are going from y'all. Y'all are why we're here. If it wasn't for y'all, we still wouldn't be doing this. You know what I mean? And I just want to continue to keep growing. Let's get it on. We got a dope season. We got some dope artists coming in. It's going to take this stage. 5 minutes of fame. It's just getting bigger and bigger, y'all. So stay tuned.
Catch me in the ghetto with the glizzy in my pants. Little trap, bustin' snags, yeah, we really getting bands. Pussy nigga, why you hating? Make me think you down bad. You loud as a motorbike, I'll pop a willy on your ass. I got a real plug, he throw me 50 in advance. So every time I read another 50 in the stash. I ain't tryna brag, but I'm really getting cash. You brokered in a joke, you silly, you make me laugh. Bitches used to fade when they knew I didn't have. Now they like, give me one more chance. Nah,
all right, y'all. So this is my topic. This is what I want to talk about. Why is social media such a fucking drug for everybody? And when I say this, I don't just mean the twerkers, the perpetrators, the liars, however you want to say it. I'm talking about, I don't care if you're interested in something. You'll find yourself trapped in this phone. It's addicting.
Well,
they made it like that.
Let me say this. One thing I know about social media is it makes money. Me, per se, being a business owner, you know, coming building up for myself, it's how I make my money. It's how I meet new people from all over the world. If I'm not able to go to Texas or not able to be in Atlanta at that time, my merchandise is still able to be out there and, you know, be
so for marketing.
But we're not even talking about just that part, because that's what it's used for. That's what it was made
that
for.
becomes addicting.
It should be just
like,
making your money, so it should be addictive.
Yeah, okay.
You're paying your bills. That should be.
Okay, so if you didn't have social media but you had a website, would you be addicted to your website?
I probably. See, that's a good
that's
question.
how
because that's.
But my
really
website I can't promote, and I wouldn't be able to.
Why couldn't you?
You could still engage with your on the back end.
Yeah, I wouldn't be able to.
Websites you can still engage by email, so you would have to.
Okay,
go
but
back.
It's not like directly. I'm not able to see
scroll.
it. Like
Right.
it's going to take a few days or not even days, a few hours until I see that. So it's not like no instant directly.
But if you were addicted to your website, you could see it every
But what
minute.
if my customers, like, you know, the people that I am engaging in, like, I have to get my name out there for them to look at my website.
Listen,
so
I agree with you. I do 100%. I'm just trying to feel.
But like I told you, I'm not talking about them. I'm talking about the ones that go live. Oh, I'm live because I'm at rallies. I'm eating these fries.
Okay,
and like,
so have you seen on Netflix The Social Dilemma?
No, and you told me to watch it. I'm going to watch it.
So The Social Dilemma, it's former employees, and they are telling you that in their world, so now it's called the Meta.
Okay, of course,
world,
yeah.
They have an AI of you, which is an artificial intelligence of you in their system. So they know every time that you don't have your phone. They know every time that you are on your phone. So they show your AI is basically living without you.
Yeah.
So if they see, this AI number 123 hasn't been on their phone, we're going to send them a notification so that they can pick up their phone, because as soon as you pick up that phone, it draws you in.
It does.
So you unlock it and you go to somewhere you're not, or even maybe you might go to that message or whatever you got, and then you're straight on social media.
You're right.
What you say that movie's called again?
Yeah.
It's called The Social Dilemma.
And it's on Netflix?
And it is on Netflix.
Okay.
And they break it down to Facebook and Instagram and whoever is owned by the Meta. That's what they're doing. They're drawing you in by building this fake reality world where you live that you don't know you live.
But didn't Facebook start off as a dating website? Wasn't it supposed to be something where people meet and...
See, I think it was more, they wanted to branch off of MySpace.
Yep.
But did MySpace start off as a meeting, like a dating, like they start off...
No, you put your pictures and stuff up.
You just
showing
put pictures,
your wall.
but what I like
I don't know what
personally...
MySpace is, y'all. I'm saying, but I think that they started off as dating apps. Like they started off for people to find one
No,
another.
you watched the what's his name?
The
The Facebook owner. What's his name? Goddamn, when we want to
Fuck
test him
him.
up.
Mike Zuckerberg.
Zuckerberg. But when you watch, he's the movie. It wasn't a dating.
No,
it was for social media.
It was for social media.
He did a movie.
Because he wanted to do, with MySpace, you were able to customize your page, your music. He wanted to make it more simplistic.
Yeah.
To what am I thinking about? Because when Facebook just first started, it was only what do you think about?
Yeah.
There was no ad. I mean, now he's integrated
So much different
so
stuff.
much that it's no longer a platform to tell somebody how you think and have your friends. Now it's more of a dynamic where he's making money because you're making more money off ad space, which is why it's free to join.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so that's what. No, it wasn't a dating site because that's what he wanted to do, and I know that because that's one of my favorite movies. I like how he went about that. He was locked in by his stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Now where it's at today, I believe the powers that be, the universe has took it over because money has just really. I don't think
it's the money. I think it's
Society.
the integration of how far we've come in the past 20 years. You know, back then you couldn't get on your phone and go on the internet. You had to go home, make sure nobody was on the fucking landline.
Yep, exactly.
And
dial up.
up.
Yeah. And my thing, like, to what we're saying, like, this is a drug. And this is one thing that bothers me. Over the years, I've seen people kill themselves on social media.
I was there. That's why I'm in therapy.
And this is my thing. If there was no social media, would that save so many lives that have killed themselves who've hit that live button?
But there's some people who
because the world couldn't see you. That's what I'm saying. If that wasn't there to hit that live button, think about that.
There's opposite people like that in the world too, who literally live for social media, who can't live without social media.
But it wasn't there.
Me.
It wasn't
there. I'm just saying though, like there's people who kill themselves on the social media, but there's people who actually kill for that social media as well.
Exactly,
so
and that's the drug, and that's why I said, why is it becoming such a drug? Because growing up, we didn't have that.
Because the back end is making it
money.
A drug.
Yeah.
Just like if you go to the doctors and they give you fucking oxys. You know what I mean? Yeah. You know, hey, it's just for my back.
And one thing
it's just for your back, and it's just for your back, and then it turns into I need it every day.
And then it turned into these young kids. This is what they're not telling. And you know, me being an ex-drug dealer, ex-felon, I experienced and seen it. The hillbilly heroin. That's what they call those pills, the Percocets, the Darvocets, the painkillers,
and it turned things drug, but they're
in different forms.
Different forms.
What is the word I'm looking for? Pharmaceutical companies.
Exactly.
So therefore, they're approved by the FDA, which makes it okay. But in reality, a pill will fuck you up more than them drugs.
But that's what leads a lot of the young kids today. That's where they're doing dope, because when you can't get that pill, like on the prescription, it's making them harder to get the pills. It's easy to go to the corner and get a bag of dope. It gives you the same sickness. You know what I mean? So that's what they didn't understand. That's what I'm saying with you about the social media. America's feed is America eats its babies. Pac said that years ago. And they'll have a baby, in which this social media is America's baby. Everybody in America is on social media.
And like she said, you need it at this point.
Exactly.
For your business,
for everything.
To get in contact with somebody. You know, I've lost my Instagram twice now. And like I said, the first time that I lost it, I was suicidal. Because I was so addicted that I was going on my page at least 30 times within 1 minute. Trying to get back into it. I shut my phone off. My friends came. They were my girl was like, "Here, I'm gonna send you money. Please go to therapy," because I felt like my whole world shattered. I have nothing. I literally, it's like you build a business and you watch your business burn down, and you can't call the fire company.
You can't do nothing about it.
And then it's like at that point it wasn't, you know, me personally, it's my business persona. So could you imagine that? Could you imagine losing your business? Like, I have no contact with nobody right now. Nobody. I don't know how to find people.
And let's keep it real. We wouldn't be here right now if it wasn't for social media.
Wouldn't be here right now if it wasn't for social media, because how would people find us?
Yeah, we would need a television station.
Real shit.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. There's perks to it, the good, but you got to know with anything in life how to divide
it. Like you said, everything that was made for us, we literally took it and made it into something that it was not designed to do. Literally,
exactly. Everything in America. You know what I'm saying? We the creativity that they give us and just the things, we take it and then just blow it up.
I want to know why they don't have no fucking help center. They have
They don't care about
customer
mental health.
service.
They don't care.
No, they don't. And that's my biggest thing.
not.
Like, when I first lost my Instagram, I had reached out to a couple lawyers. Because I'm like, and then that's when Social Dilemma came out, and I watched it, and I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm
Did you
not
reach out
the
to a couple
only
lawyers
one.
for?
Because I want to sue Instagram because they don't tell you. Now they do. They change their terms and
She was
conditions.
so mad. She
Listen,
lost her.
hold up. I just
Nah,
busted out
because you
laughing.
can't talk to nobody.
No, listen, I busted out laughing because I thought about Bootsy. Mark Zuckerberg. We need to talk.
real shit though.
Hold on.
Because at the end of the day, I'm an LLC. It is registered in my
So-
business. It is not a personal account.
Oh,
so why am
okay,
I
that was
not
my next
able
question.
to
Did
talk
you-
to someone?
Yeah.
And why is Meg Thee Stallion, Cardi B, Playboy allowed to post more explicit stuff than I am?
Because of this. I can answer your question.
No, real shit.
That's the answer.
Nah, it is.
Yeah, that's why.
But at the end of the day, it's affecting us mentally.
Yeah, it definitely
So why is there not a help center? But now, like I said, they've changed their terms and conditions to where they tell you, and now they have like a break button. Where if you feel you're getting overwhelmed, you can put a pause on it.
Yeah.
So I think that it's become such a big thing that it's addicting. It's a drug. It's not mentally health stable. You know, all the bad things that they're trying to now cover their ass because so many people were committing suicide or harming themselves or whatever.
Man, you ever see
Behind
somebody's
them.
phone go dead and they ain't got a charger, yo?
I love
If
it.
that don't tell you enough about how
Said
this
I love
shit
it.
I do. I love
Hey,
it
Ma-
because I'm so addicted to my phone that
Yeah.
it feels so good. Like, you know,
Go on, you
Dre was alive when. No, I was alive when too. When you had to wait till you got home to see who called.
Yeah.
But
on
I'm
the caller
just
ID.
saying, but I'm saying I was young though, so I wasn't like out running around by myself. You know, I was with my mom. So I'm saying like as an adult, you know, if Dre's like, hey, we got a meeting tomorrow, I'm not gonna know till 10 o'clock when I get
Till you get
home.
the-
So I
yeah.
see on my caller ID.
Yeah.
And please let me know if you didn't have a caller ID. You wouldn't know nobody called.
Let's
Exactly.
left a message.
Unless you hit that
Unless
one
you
number,
didn't have no
then you hit the
voicemail.
little number of #6 something to see the last call. Your
Oh,
last
yeah,
shit.
I remember that too.
See, I grew up, y'all already know the chat line. We're talking on the phone was
Not the
nice.
chat line.
Yeah, that's the
love talking on the
yeah. Our generation loved that falling
did.
asleep on the phone with your boo you just
Yeah.
met at school. All of that. That's
And
what
then
these
if-
kids are missing.
If your mom pick up,
Yeah.
just fucking hang up.
Yeah, just
You
hang
wasn't
up.
on the phone.
Yeah,
Y'all
that's-
not even that old.
Yes, we
nipped
is.
in there a
I'm
little
30
bit.
now. I'll be 40 this year. I'm not old.
I was that old. Like, I didn't get a cell phone until I was 13, and all you could do on cell phones, you couldn't even really text.
With the flip, yeah, you couldn't do none of
you
that.
couldn't even
answer.
text yet. All you could do was call.
Yeah, that's it.
How
And-
old do y'all think I am?
I mean, you're
We know.
at least, what, 8 years younger than me?
No, I was out of high school maybe 3 years before she was born. She's 22, 23, right?
23.
23, that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Yeah, she was just coming out when I came out of high school. So yeah, that's
What
what I
year were you
said.
born?
98.
Yeah.
I was 8. I was drinking when you were coming out. Yeah. Ooh.
Yeah, that's what I said. That's what I was saying.
Again, talk to your kids so they don't end up like me.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I mean? But that's just like, I just feel like I don't want people, because I tell my kids this, take time out your day. Because I even have to find myself, though, because I'm either addicted to the phone or the video game. But at the same token, a lot of us, it keeps us out of trouble.
It does.
It keeps us out of trouble, and I get to my kids like, yo, you too much time on them damn phones. I be mad when when the house ain't clean right or some shit like that. But then I have to say to myself, damn, they could be doing worse.
They could be.
You know what I mean? I've even had with my
Yeah,
daughters.
but do you know what they're doing on social media? Do you monitor
And that's what I was
social
getting ready to
media?
say. I do monitor social media because I've
That's
had
good.
sexual predators come after my daughter.
Okay.
Yeah.
And where I've had to call the police and I had to give them the phone. And to this day, they still had an iPhone. County police, Allegheny County, want my money for that iPhone. They still
Wow.
ain't bought the evidence back from the phone.
Wow.
You know what I mean? But
And I'm sure
I've had
they
to go
didn't
through
fucking
that.
do
Yeah, they didn't do
Right.
anything with it. They just trace them and they say we can't catch them.
Well,
So
get
you
my
know what I
phone
mean?
back, damn.
Exactly. But I talk to my daughters about that and I tell them, and it's hard because they think being cute, not like being older. You know how your
Yeah.
young girls are,
Yeah,
and
of course.
I'm
Everybody
grown,
wanna grow
and I'm
up.
grown. Yeah. So
Please don't grow up.
and like I tell them,
Oh,
Don't
this-
grow up. It's not fun. All you
It's
gotta
not
do is
fun
pay
at all.
bills and shit.
exactly.
It's not fun.
And I tell them you ain't
And
gonna be
be grown.
satisfied.
It ain't fun.
You think it's
Don't
cool
be
because he
grown.
say he gonna buy you some Jordans or buy you whatever that. But the motherfucker and I keep it real. Excuse my language, and I don't tell my 12-year-old or my 11-year-old, but my 15, 16, 17, 18. Let's keep it real, y'all. Kids these days at that age doing bad behaviors as far as sexual, experiment and different stuff like we did as kids. So I tell them, these motherfuckers just want to fuck.
It's just a lot scary.
Let's just keep it real. You gotta keep it real.
Because it's more. It's not as concealed. Like
right.
when I was growing up, it was more like hidden from us. Like
you
it
were
was
sneaking
more
around with the neighborhood kids.
You were
reaching out to
New York, LA, you motherfucker from Miami.
Like, oh, I found this person on social media.
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
And you know how I do. And I might have been wrong. Y'all correct me if I'm wrong about my daughter. My one daughter, she would meet friends on her. It's like, oh, this is my sister, my best friend.
Yeah.
You first come out my mouth, you don't even know her.
Yeah.
Listen,
You ain't even smelt her breath.
Nah, real shit. My little cousin. She had a hard time being friends with people in school. She developed a relationship with this girl over social media, and my cousin let her fly to meet this girl. I mean, my cousin did her research on her parents and stuff. But I'm like, you met this person. Social media is so fake.
Exactly.
There's so much. I mean, there is a lot of real to it.
Yeah.
But
there is behind
so
it
much
though,
more
not
fake.
in front of it. There's literally a shield. Like you have to see what's literally what you're seeing.
And then I guess
like,
because of the era I've grown up in, I don't believe people like.
Yeah.
I gotta see it.
Yeah, I need to feel it. I need to feel it. That's because the way we grew up.
Believe it because I don't
yourself.
believe the smoke in the mirrors.
Exactly.
And I do smoke in mirrors all the fucking time on social
Exactly.
media.
Exactly. So I mean, and I really believe it's going to get worse.
Because
with this
it's how,
drug.
again, please watch The Social Dilemma because that is how they built these platforms.
Yeah.
To suck you in.
Yeah. Because they want you to get into the rhythm. And when they say that the algorithm, there is a rhythm that the way the world runs is on a rhythm. So once you start tuning in with that, and you've been taking me there with the thinking outside the body with the different manifestation and stuff like that. So the frequencies of the world, there's frequencies in there, and people are tapping into that. When they telling you to tap into that, you tap into that, and it's fucking with people's head. You know what I mean? So, and I just see it getting worse and worse. You know what I mean? And just the lie.
Well, now they got the meta. They want people to live in the metaverse.
What is the metaverse?
That's what Facebook is called.
I know that's what it's called.
No, Facebook. So it's Facebook, Instagram,
Snapchat.
Oculus, and WhatsApp.
Is it? Oh, WhatsApp. Yeah.
Those are the
the
four
WhatsApp.
that are owned by Facebook, but Facebook has now created
The
them
Meta.
under the umbrella of Meta, and Meta is the metaverse.
So in a minute, we're going to be like the Truman Show. Hey, good morning, good night, and good evening.
Real shit, though. Have you ever seen the movie Player One?
No, I never seen that one.
Where they live.
This girl on Netflix.
Player One, I think, is on Amazon.
Okay.
You're
a movie connoisseur.
I act, so I try to watch all types of movies. I watch movies differently. But anyways, you could basically, you live in the real world, but the world where you work, where you meet people, is all on the Oculus.
Okay.
So, right now, people are working in the metaverse. There are casinos in the metaverse. There are nightclubs in the metaverse. So basically, they're creating this world so you never have to leave your home.
Like
and
Total
you can
Recall.
have a social life.
Like basically Total Recall.
Is that the
With Arnold
Okay.
Schwarzenegger, it was the same type of where they created a
it's a
certain
movie.
world.
Yeah.
It's a movie. They created a certain world for the people and how they wanted to create it.
Right.
You know what I mean? So
I think it is going to get worse because now
Yeah.
people aren't going to even leave their homes.
you don't already, and that's why everybody's overweight. They talk about losing weight and staying in shape.
Hold
You
up,
can
wait.
get anything.
I ain't left my house and look at me though. I lost 20 pounds.
But
I ain't left the
that
house.
goes into play with COVID because they create something to force us to
Yeah.
be more on social media, be more in the house, be more of what they want us to be. So
Again, this is what Dre says. Money
Man, money runs the world.
runs the world, and when when you're in that inner circle, you're rubbing elbows with the right people, and they're like, hey, I have this idea, and they're like, well, I already have this idea, so let's merge together so we can make more money.
Exactly.
And get these people more addicted or more
That's why
in
I always
tune.
tell y'all, I
Definitely.
believe in a secret society. There's a
course.
society behind the society we see, but a lot of people, oh, you're crazy. No, there's people behind us that's making the shots.
Of course.
That's telling what to go on.
because the money has to go in a circle. They have to get their money back. It has to come around. It has to get spent. It has to. So at the end of the day, those who are rich can become richer. Those who have more power can stay empowered. It has to work out that way. So
I feel like we're their puppets.
Yeah,
exactly.
We are.
Unless you break free and you have
you
your own
outthink
mind.
them. You
Right.
over like
That's why I say
think
you have your
outside the
own
box.
mind, right.
Like you be substitute or ejected to not only your own life but see what others' life or what they're doing or what they're trying to do to us. Like it's definitely an eye opener.
But it's called the disguising. It's called a trick. It's like even with hustling or you know what I mean, car shark. It's called disguising your hand. Mm-hmm. They're disguising their hand daily. You know what I'm saying? Just like I say, you know what I mean? What came with this COVID. Remember when he said he was going over to messing with that Chinese man? Yim Sing Sao. You know I mess up a name.
Jim Young.
Whatever.
Kao,
Yeah, whatever.
Korean guy?
Yeah, the Korean guy with Trump. When they were messing with him, when he was sending missiles up in the air. Y'all, a lot of people didn't pay attention. This was before COVID really hit us. Then he disappeared. Then Trump started blaming it on that. You know what I mean? So a lot of things are smoke screens for us. You know what I mean? And I, you know, to wrap it up, because I don't want to stay too much on it, because we can go on and on about this. Pay attention to your kids. Pay attention to what's going on social media, because social media
in the real world.
Exactly.
Be worried
Not
about
even
your
just
mental
social
health.
media.
Exactly.
Be worried about
That's a big
yourself.
one. That's
I think that's really what I got from COVID. Be more in tune about me and my mental health and myself, because I was locked in the house by myself for months.
Going on around
and see, I've been there, and see that can also be bad. Because I've been in the penitentiary locked in a hole 6 months where you don't get you. So that's
but it's all what you
go
take.
to my kids.
Not even. It's all what you take out
never
of
been
anything.
there, it's the same.
It's
Okay.
we.
Y'all never been locked in.
So, but it's
somewhere.
all. I when being solidated and being confined by yourself, it's all what you take out of that, because it's only you. You only got your own mind in, or your own thoughts in there. So it's all what you take out of that aspect in any life situation. All what you take out of that aspect in either a life lesson or So
and then to you brothers selling drugs, still stay off social media. If you can't see
stay off social media.
they solved the Yo
That is
Gotti
number
murder.
one.
I mean, excuse me, they solved the young Dolph murder
Dolph. Wow.
in
R.I.P.
24 hours. R.I.P.
Definitely.
Dolph off social media.
Wow.
So if that don't show you something, a lot of y'all just don't pay attention. And when I say, excuse me, when I said, people just getting on there, because some people don't have no other outlet but to hit that red live button to come on and get some help. But don't come on there and just be on there just to be on there. You know what I mean? And I say that. Now, once they gave people that red button, everybody's a movie star. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And it's your button, it's your bill, you pay it. But just know, we watch it.
A lot of them are Wi-Fi. They don't got to pay the bills. Like, they just...
But that's just it, man. And because I don't think there's an ending to that conversation. I think we're going to continue.
I really want to read the comments so that we can come back
and see what they say. So make
sure y'all comment, man.
Subscribe.
I like to pick people's brains and see. Because like I said, at the end of the day, we're all different. We all think differently.
Exactly.
And if we didn't, we'd be fucking... This world would
same,
be boring
plain.
as hell.
Hey, Phil, we miss you, because I know you had a lot to say about this, yo. Like, for real. But we know life situation, things happen. So, but yeah, man, listen, we know, because this conversation, we had great topics tonight, y'all. How y'all feel about the new spot?
I like this spot.
It feels more Hollywood for us, don't it? You know what I mean? Not that we don't miss Savoy. Shout out to Chuck Sanders. We miss you. That's when we started. But we know everything must elevate. You know what I mean? So we're elevating. So if you want to come and you want to be on 5 Minutes of Fame, you want to come sit at the table with us, this is what you need to do. You need to get at the email, PittsburghTMZpodcast@gmail.com.
We still didn't see. Sorry, not to cut you off.
You all right?
We still didn't see the dog jumping through the fire.
Exactly.
We still didn't see that.
All you talented crackheads, all you talented dudes.
He said, I'm driving through Homewood.
Yeah. I'm looking on Frankstown.
You want to go 5 minutes of
Yeah.
Come on.
Like, for real, man. And I want to say this, too, and this is a little bit off subject. Shout out Ed Gainey. Ed Gainey, we want you on the show. If y'all know Ed or Mayor, you've been doing a lot, and you've been under a lot of pressure. We see the bullshit they putting you through.
Come sit at the table.
Come sit at the table.
Talk to us about it.
Yeah, we definitely want to. And you said, me and you talked several times. We just got to set it up. But definitely, I want to give you my hats off. You're doing your thing. You're being around. You're being seen. You're on the scene when things are happening. More than I can say, I've seen a lot from previous mayors, not to mention no names or nothing like that, but definitely shout out Ed Gainey, man. Because listen, I'm gonna tell you, my panel, it ain't just because you black, it's because of what you do. I want to thank my ladies for being here today. I know y'all go through a lot to make sure y'all here each and every week in meetings. Hey, stay tuned. We got a lot. Shout out to our videographer, Case Films. He's doing his thing, man. You making us feel comfortable. Hey, and he got us looking like this.
He got his shoes off too, y'all.
Yeah. So until next time, come sit at the table. Yo, Tough, tell them the email address.
Yeah, absolutely. The email address is bsmtradiotv@toughbeatsllc.com. That's bsmtradiotv@toughbeatsllc.com. toughbeatsllc.com.
And it'll be at the bottom of the screen going across several times. Hey, we just want to get y'all heard, man. Tell them what you expect to see when you go to them emails, Tough. You want to see everybody, huh?
Yeah, I want to see everybody. Whatever your genre is, it doesn't matter what part of the city you're from. You know, send your material, whether it's a video or MP or an audio file. Send it to that email address. Let us check it out. Hey, and one thing for sure, gotta be knocking. Like, don't send us some mediocre.
Don't bring us none of that bullshit to the table.
Yeah. Don't bring that bullshit to the table.
Because it ain't gonna get no play in this rap.
And it's not that we're hating, because, you know, most people be like, oh, you ain't played my song. Well, it wasn't worthy for us to play.
Yeah, it didn't sound right.
So send your best song.
Yeah,
please.
Yeah.
Put your best foot forward.
Make sure you recorded it in the studio somewhat, not pots and pans over. You hit the record button with the old cassette thing, and you know how y'all do. But stay tuned. You're gonna get heard every episode.
Send your music in.
Yeah, send it in.
Kill the beat. Pittsburgh, nigga. Pittsburgh, nigga. Pittsburgh, nigga. Pittsburgh, nigga. Reporting live from the city of steel, where it's realer than real. Stay in your lane, dog. This killer be killed. And we can tell you how dead broke feel. We done struggled for real, and the shorties ain't got no chill. Young bucks running wild because the old heads tired. Shooting after shooting, got the hood on fire. North side hot, but the east side blazing. Pittsburgh real, this the city I was raised in. I wanna make it out, but I'm feeling like I'm caged in. My uncle like 50, still trapping out the days in. Trips out of town make me love my city more, but we don't love each other, dawg, we'd rather go to war. I was down bad poor when they put me on this tour. I'ma tell you from the door, I'm too hard to ignore. Heart pure, I'ma blow like TNT. We could bring it to the table, shout out TMZ. Got 5 minutes of fame, put me back in the